it is 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines, we have the Arab State congratulates King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud for the UK National Day. Djibouti takes part in the International Festival of Spiritual Music and Song. For the international scene, EU releases 127 million euro in financial aid for Tunisia. Welcome to our newsroom. The message of congratulations from the President of the Republic to the King of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, wished health and happiness to the King of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and custodian of the two holy places, His Majesty Salman bin Abdulaziz, whose country is celebrating the anniversary of his National Day. The head of state's greetings came in a congratulatory telegram in which he also wished further progress, development and prosperity to the brotherly Saudi people. The people and government of Djibouti join me in reiterating their commitment to preserving and strengthening the already privileged relations of brotherhood, solidarity, exchanges and cooperation with the sister nations of Saudi Arabia, wrote President Guelleh in the messages addressed to King Salman. He also took the opportunity of this telegram to pay a vibrant tribute to the leading role of the brotherly Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in efforts to increase the stabilizations and economic integrations of the region. Before renewing his best wishes to all the brotherly Saudi people, a similar message was also addressed to the Crown Prince of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, His Royal Highness Mohammed bin Salman. Sama International Festival in Egypt. Djiboutian delegations arrives in Cairo. The Minister of Youth and Cultures of the Republic of Djibouti is honored to announce the arrivals of its delegations at the prestigious Sama International Festival of Spiritual Songs and Music in Cairo, Egypt. This event, the 16th of its kind, is an invaluable opportunity to celebrate and share our rich cultural heritage with the rest of the world. On September 20, 2023, His Excellency Ahmed Ali Barre, Ambassador of Djibouti, solemnly welcomed the delegations from Djibouti's Ministry of Youth and Cultures at Cairo International Airport. This generous welcome testifies to the deep friendships and cooperation between our two nations and to Egypt's commitment to the promotions of arts and culture. Madam Fatouma Abdi Isse, Director of Cultures and Head of the Djiboutian delegations, expressed the Ministry's sincere gratitude to His Excellency Ahmed Ali Barre for his warm welcome. She underlined the importance of the Sama International Festival of Spiritual Songs and Music as an international platform for Djibouti to share its music, songs, and spiritual traditions with the rest of the world. A delegation made up of executive inspectors and members of the General Directorate of Technical Education and Vocational Training has begun its participation in the Regional Training Workshop for Leaders and Practitioners Session 2023, which has been held at the UNESCO Regional Offices in Dakar since September 19, 2023. This region-wide event is organized with the aim of building capacity and promoting digital transformation in the technical education and vocational training sectors in Africa. The main objectives of the workshop are to develop Pan-African training programs for TVET leaders and practitioners to provide them with the skills needed to meet the challenges of digital transformation and to create a national network to promote digital transformation in the TVET sectors within each African countries. The workshop will strive to establish an annual day dedicated to information and communication technologies and digital in TVET, raising awareness of these issues. Participants will work on the creation of regional centers of excellence to promote digital transformation within each REC in Africa. The workshop will seek to establish an annual day dedicated to information and communication and raising awareness of these issues. Participants will work on the creations of regional centers of excellence to promote digital transformations. The workshop will explore the creations of knowledge sharing mechanisms, including and online platforms, as well as the publications of continental and national reports to track the progress of digital transformations in Africa TVET sector. In September, the Ali Sabih region experienced an exceptional period of rainfall. Torrential downpour swept away the intense, stifling heat of these transitional months towards the cool season. The nomads were eagerly awaited. A relentless drought has been raging for months, forcing many families to transhumance to lands beyond the borders that were more suitable for their head. The Asajog have welcomed the arrivals of this rain, which is sure to bring down the temperatures and provide a breath of fresh air. Regional authorities reported no cause for alarm. In the northern regions of Tajura benefited from the rain of Karma, notably in the prefectures of Adailu and Randa. Yesterday, torrential rains fell in the sub-prefectures of Adailu with the floodings of the wadi that crosses the We'ima basins. As you can see from what we received, the Meteo Agency recorded 48 millimeters of rains during the day yesterday in Adailu. The Adailu Dam is flooded and the waters will reach the water table that feeds the wells located on the banks of the Wadi, providing a secure supply for the families who work the agricultural land and for the nomadic families. According to regional sources, the Magale Wadi on the coast where it rises was in flood. Rainfall also affected the town of Randa and surrounding areas with 13 millimeters. Since the opening of the new Tajura-Balho road, the population of the sub-prefectures has begun to take its destiny into its own hands, notably with the creations and development of small businesses. The revitalization of commercial activities is palpable along the northern corridor, especially in border villages such as Balho and Firo on the border with Ethiopia. The youth of Dorras sub-prefectures are active and engaged in income-generating activities along the corridor Tajura-Balho at Traus, the promotions of commercial activities, and once again the opening of the tire repair centers in Dubti near Dorra town. The center was opened by a young man from Dorra, Mr. Dawood Yusuf. After raising monies, he bought compressors and the necessary equipment to open the tire repair center. Tajura Balho road users are very satisfied with the availability of these centers, which saves them intermediate waits and troubleshooting centers that perfectly meets the expectations of the road users. Tajura Balho, an invaluable opportunities for drivers of Ethiopian trucks and other vehicles to benefit from the services of the tires repair centers, which was sorely vacant on the corridor. During the contact visit of the prefect, Mohammed Abbas, in the sub-prefecture of Dorra, the prefect was surprised to see the realizations of tire repair centers in Dubti, located 6 kilometers from Dorra. The prefect and his delegation visited these tire repair centers, which is very useful in this part of the corridor for Ethiopian trucks and road users. Prefect Mohammed Abbas congratulated the young Dawood from Dorra for his creative sprite and urged the rest of the youth to follow suit and initiate similar activities in the villages along the Tajura-Balho corridor. He pointed out that truckers and motorists are taking advantage of the availability of these services on the corridor to make use of it at any time. The sub-prefect of Dorra, Abdallah Kamil, emphasized that these tire repair centers will serve all users of the Tajura-Balho road. The young Dawood Yusuf, the owners of these enterprises, emphasized the importance of opening tire repair centers in Dubti near Dorra. After training as a mechanic, he decided to open a tire repair center which was lacking on the Tujura-Balhu highway, an activity that allows him to get out of unemployment and generate incomes for him and the young people he employs. In Tujura, the city is growing year by year, and new towns have sprung up to the east and west of the city. The population is increasing due to the rural exodus are to keep up with the children's schooling. Children in higher education faced with this change, entrepreneurship took a new dimension with the opening of the several paper mills to satisfy families' need. The school supplies. Several young people in Tujura have started selling school supplies, including young Nasru Musa, who sells all kinds of items. Her business is well stocked with the notebook, books, and bags of all kinds for students available. An activity that provides young people with an occupation and a job to tackle the problem of unemployment. School children come in group or with their families to buy school supplies in the stationery shop that have opened in the White City, thus avoiding the need to travel to the capital. Young Nasru Ahmed Musa, who attended school up to the final years of the secondary school, is very pleased to be exploring the stationery by offering families to the supplies the children's need in Tujura itself. For the international scene, in Gaza, 28 Palestinians injured to the borders shall target Hamas. The Israeli army launched 3 strikes on the Gaza Strip in retaliation for sending incendiary balloons. Earlier violence at the border Israeli left 28 Palestinians wounded, all hit by Israeli fire. Israel attacked Hamas targets in the Gaza Strip in retaliation for launching incendiary balloons against Israel from Palestinian territory. Tensions have been running high on the borders between Gaza and Israel for the past 10 days. The strikes come late in the afternoon while Palestinian demonstrators were still gathering at the borders. Drone struck 2 military posts belonging to the Hamas terrorist organization adjacent to areas where a violent riot was taking place from which incendiary balloons had been launched, said the Israeli army in a statement. A tank fires on a third Hamas military post located next to the areas from which, according to the army, shots were fired at Israeli forces acting against the riots. European Union releases 127 million euro in financial aid for Tunisia in response to the Lampedusa crisis. On Friday, the European Commission announced the first series of payments under the controversial Memorandum of Understanding between the EU and Tunisia. The European Commission will release nearly 127 million euros over the coming weeks to support Tunisia's fragile economies and curb irregular migrants' departures. This disbursement comes against a backdrop of growing political pressures from the Italian government as it struggles to cope with the new influx of asylum seekers to the island of Lampedusa. Over 10,000 migrants have arrived on the small island from Tunisia in just a few days. Italy's Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni and the President of the European Commission Ursula von der Leyen visited the island on Sunday. During the visit, the German leaders unveiled a 10-point action plan and pledged to speed up the disbursement of funds under the controversial Memorandum of Understanding signed with Tunisia in July. And Libya, the ancient city of Syren could collapse in Libya. The ancient city of Syren, built between the late 7th and early 6th centuries before Christ, in a danger of collapsing. Deadly floods in the east of the countries have reached the foundations of one of Greece's greatest archaeological sites. Experts fear that the structures may collapse in the future as the waters has spread over vast areas, even if the damage appears minor at first glance. historical monuments, including the Temple of Zeus, are still standing. Another concern is that the necropolis to the north of the site has been inundated by hundreds of cubic meters of water settled on the Greek island of Santorini around 600 before Christ. Cyrene was one of the main centers of the classic war for almost a millennium before being largely abandoned following a major earthquake in 365 after that. In its names lives on the Cyrenaica, the historic names of eastern Libya. In 1982, UNESCO listed the surviving monuments as a World Heritage Site, and in 2016 they were added to the lists of the World Heritage in danger. And to close up this edition, judo first gold medalist Mariana Vaslevi presented the medals. And this is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.